All right. Gonna wait and see. Is this working? No? Hmm. All righty. If you're watching the replay, welcome. Let me finish getting set up and then we'll go ahead and get started. Tell me, who can I run to? Why is it not working? Hmm. I guess TikTok's not working today. I really don't want to do it without TikTok. But what's up, everybody? For those of you who are new here, my name is Martia. I'm known on social media as the Money Plug. I'm a board certified credit repair specialist and credit score consultant. I'm a certified financial education instructor. I'm a registered financial associate, and a bunch of other stuff. It's been a while since I've gone live, so let me see if I can just get TikTok going. If I can just get TikTok going, I'll be all right. Remove it. I think this is my first live of the new year, y'all. I think. I think. Don't get me lying. I could be lying. I've been so busy. Let's see. Cross your fingers that this works. Yes, no, maybe. I'm also live streaming on Instagram, which is really cool because I hate that y'all can't see the full setup on Instagram. I'm sorry about that. That's not my fault. That's their fault. But I got tired of having to look at my phone and the computer. So Instagram now allows you to Instagram now allows you to use your desktop, but it just kind of looks weird. Um, okay, now TikTok is up. So now we can go ahead and get started. What's up, everybody? Um, Oh, you think I am right? This probably is. Oh my God, I think this is my first live of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. How are y'all? I missed y'all. What y'all been up to? Um, so much like good news and stuff that's going on, stuff that I'm working on, stuff that I'm excited about, stuff that I asked for. So I guess we can consider this today's lives like a kind of looking at the church announcements, right? We're gonna do the church announcements, but as always, whatever questions you guys got, drop them in the comments. Um, Instagram and TikTok, y'all know I'm bouncing back and forth between the two of y'all. So if you feel like I missed your question, I promise I didn't miss it. Just give me a second to look at it. But I always go back and try to address every single question that pops up. For those of you who are new here, welcome. Make sure you guys like and follow my page. There's so much more content and stuff that's going to be coming this year. I'm plugged in. Hey, Marcus. Um, but I've missed y'all. Oh, I've been so busy these first 2 weeks of the new year. And it's a lot of stuff that you guys have been asking me for that I wanted to talk to you guys about because I finally have the bandwidth to bring it back. So I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Um, Make sure, yes, that is ready. Okay. All right. So as always, whatever credit or money questions y'all got, make sure y'all drop them in the comments. It don't matter if I'm talking about it or not. No, I'm still in the DMV. I'm not in California yet. It's coming though. That is coming. It's I just I knew how expensive moving across the country is, but I didn't realize the time that it takes to kind of get everything in order. But it's coming. I should be there by like the middle of the year. We're moving to DC 310. Shut up. I'm gonna be gone by then. Ew. I'll be back to visit. I'll be back to visit. But as always, whatever credit questions and stuff y'all got or money questions, make sure y'all drop them in the comments. First things first, you guys have been begging me and begging me and begging me to bring back the workshops. For those of you who have been following me for a really long time, y'all probably remember some of my first workshops. There's really cool names, right? And I am going to be bringing them back. The workshops themselves are probably going to end up being quarterly. So for those of you who don't know, there were 3 workshops that I always try to do every month. The first one was Hood Niggas Need Credit Too. That was for it was created in my clubhouse days for guys who were getting out of prison or just never built credit, I guess. It was just lying dormant for years and we're trying to reacclimate into society, how to kind of navigate that stream and how to do it in a responsible way. So that was really cool, but it was for men and it was really cool. We always had somebody. Towards the end, we tried to get people to come in and talk to you guys because obviously I'm not a man, so I don't understand your point of view a lot of times with some of the questions that you had. So that was really cool for the ladies who had the hot girl credit coach class. That was always a lot of fun. Always a lot of entrepreneurs in that workshop too. So we ended up like going on tangents and talking about other stuff. And then the last one was the ABC, I mean the credit ABCs. That was one that I did with like high school and college age students. It was really geared towards somebody who does not have an understanding of personal finance at all, really. Um, and that was really cool too, but it took up a lot of time doing all three of these workshops every single month. So these workshops are now moving to quarterly. Um, and they're going to be in a lot more detail. I'm hoping to get guest cities. As always, those workshops are free. Those are for you guys, for your family, whoever you think might need them. And every time we do the workshop, it's different. Um, I listened to you last year and found out last night my credit score is up 100 points. Shut up! Congratulations, Sam! Oh my god! Oh, that is so good. But yeah, so I listened to y'all, and it's coming back. It's coming back, and I even said that I wanted to start doing some more stuff in the meantime. In the meantime, so we will be having our first webinar this month. I know it's super late in the month. I've been super busy trying to get everything together. Y'all know I got a day job now, for time management, so it's a thing. But at the end of the month, I'm going to be working on really money, right? And in this workshop, we're going to be talking about a lot of people try to teach when we talk about credit, we tend to segregate it from regular finances. We talk about money and then we talk about credit. But what a lot of people don't understand is that you can't really have one without the other. You can't have good credit without good money. So I really want to kind of get you guys in the mindset of that. It's the beginning of the year, so this is the perfect time for us to start having these conversations, for us to start really getting in the right mindset, making the right decisions. So this webinar is really near and dear to my heart. I worked really hard on it. So, and it's free. Like, I mean, who else gonna give y'all all this shit for free? So to register, if you are on TikTok, you probably don't see the link. But if you click, shit, I don't even think I added it to that. So by the time I get off live, the link should be live, actually. I do, RJ. I do. By the time I get off live, it should be lit. I mean, lit. It's the link should work. But if you click the link on my bio, go to my website. If you subscribe to my emails, you will get the link as soon as it is live. Like the page is already up. And low key, shout out to everybody on Facebook because what I didn't know is when I scheduled the webinar through StreamYard, shout out StreamYard for doing webinars now. But when I set it up through StreamYard, what I didn't know was that it was gonna put it on Facebook already. So like I seen people RSVPing already, which was cool. Like I'm not gonna tell y'all to stop, but at the same time, it was like, damn, I'm not ready yet. Like nothing was set up yet. I had no clue it was available. There was no description up or anything really, and y'all were already RSVPing. So shout out to the Facebook. If you're not in the and you're active on Facebook, please don't hesitate to join. We talk about whatever you guys talk about in the Facebook group. All my lives are saved inside the Facebook group. Any updates I might have, articles I mentioned, and all that stuff, I try to share that in the Facebook group as well. But it's a safe space for you guys to go in and ask whatever questions you might have. I mean, you never know what kind of questions you got them, right? So, um, yeah, but that's so crazy. I did not even know it was live and people were already RSVPing to it. It was so funny to me. But yeah, so by the time I'll let y'all know exactly when it goes live, but by the time I drop this live, the link to RSVP from TikTok should be up. If you're on Facebook, the link is already in the group. You can kind of that way, or you can go to the link that is in the description of this video. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, you'll see a little link at the bottom of the video. You can click on that and secure your seat for the webinar. It's going to take altogether, I'm estimating about 3 hours for the webinar. I think we'll take up that whole time, but I want to give you guys as much of my time as possible, just in case you need it. So, let's see. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna put this right here. Is this it? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Right back. Go back. Boom. So, what questions y'all got for me tonight? And guess what, y'all gonna be so happy because now this freed up my phone, so now I can go back and look at the questions that I've been getting all week, and we gonna answer those too. But like, yeah. Before I get started, I had a very interesting dialogue on somebody else's social media platform, and they ended up blocking me, so I don't even know if they're gonna go back and delete my comments. But I want to make something abundantly clear, and I apologize if there are any people who might be offended by what I'm about to say. And my intention is not to disrespect people's profession. My intention is not to disrespect anybody specifically. But I had a very important conversation that I really felt the need to share with you guys because it is very important that you guys understand this. But selling life insurance does not make you a financial advisor. Okay. You can be a financial advisor and sell life insurance, but just somebody that just sells life insurance is not automatically a financial coach. guru, professional, advisor, none of that. And we need to start being a little more careful with the verbiage that we are using when we're describing our professions, because a lot of you guys don't understand the differences. Um, when it comes to personal finance, that is an extremely regulated industry. But it's just that social media and buzzwords and things like that, it's really easy to kind of skirt the system in certain situations when you don't label when you label yourself as specific things. So when people are on here talking about their financial advisors and giving people investment advice, but they don't hold certain certifications. You get where I'm going with this. So again, this was not a disparaging comment, but I just wanted to kind of draw that line in the sand. Like, selling life insurance is not what makes you a financial advisor. If you can be a financial advisor and you can sell insurance, and that's completely fine, 1,000% for it. I know people who I trust, who I recommend for life insurance and things like that. But it's very important that you guys know the difference when you go out and you start seeking help or seeking knowledge in certain things. Everybody got that. I mean, people know that, right? And that's cool. But if you are looking as far as certification, who is certified or qualified to give you specific advice, who can legally give you certain advice, there's certain things that you've got to be on the lookout for. And that's just one of the common pitfalls that I have been noticing lately, especially because it's the beginning of the year and everybody's trying to get their financial stuff together. So that's just one of those things that I've noticed, that I had to get it off my chest because they just blocked me for saying this on their page. I ain't gonna say what it is. Obviously, we're not giving nobody no airtime, but that's just something that I felt like I needed to express. Now, I'm not one of those people who be like, you need a college degree to do this, and you need a college degree to go do that. Y'all know I'm 100% honest. I do not have a college degree. I have all these certifications and not near degree sits on my wall. I'm not saying that these people don't have good advice. I'm not saying that either. But what I'm saying is you cannot call yourself a financial advisor just because you sell life insurance. That is what I'm saying. Plain and simple. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Now, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. And actually, the link is up for those of you on TikTok. If you click the link in my bio, take you to my landing page. Scroll down so you see Are You Really Getting Money? And you can use that link to RSVP to the free workshop. I'll tell you the free webinar that I'm doing this month. It's at the end of the month. It's January 31st. And I really wanted to get it in before the end of the month. So I figured the end of the month was the perfect time. But yeah. So, whew, today's topic, right? What the fuck is financial success? So for those of you who don't know, currently I am going through the coursework to become an accredited financial counselor. That's my ultimate goal, right? I'm a CFEI, I'm an RFA, I got all these certifications, but I really want to round it out and become a financial counselor legally. Like, I want to be able to say I'm a financial counselor and have the information to back it up, not just the fact that I talk to people about finances. And so in my coursework, that I've been going through this week, one of the big things that stuck out to me was the definition of financial success. And it's crazy because social media will have you tell it, will have people telling you like, oh, I need $1 million to be financially successful, or I need to have 3 rental properties. I need to have 6 businesses. I need to have 7 LLCs. You get what I'm saying? Like, social media and society as a whole, I think, really created this false narrative of what financial success is. And it wasn't until I was going through my coursework and actually looked at my textbook, and it specifically says that success is whatever you define it as. And with that being said, financial success is whatever you define it as. I'm gonna read it to you. I literally, like, my textbook is literally sitting right here because I wanted to read it to y'all. Where the hell did it go? Financial success is the achievement of financial aspirations that are desired, planned, or attempted. Success is defined by the person who seeks. That's literally the definition. Success is defined by the person who seeks. Somebody else can't tell you what you need to be considered financially successful. We can give you the tools. We can tell you a bunch of ways that other people have become financially successful in the hopes that some of that information might help you. But there is no person who can define what that means for you. And with that being said, you guys hold a lot of the power. Like, and it's crazy because y'all fall for y'all remember at the height of the pandemic, everybody had a course. Everybody had a course and was like, we breaking generational curses, we creating generational wealth, we're doing this and we're doing that. But what are you like? Is that what you need right now? Do you really need to open a trucking business? Do you really need an Amazon drop shipping company? Do you really need to be an influencer? A lot of you are embarking on these journeys without even setting any goals for yourself. You have no idea what you even want out of life, let alone what you want out of your finances. And that's why you guys go on these journeys and you buy these books and you go to these workshops and you're trying all these things. The money shit is just not clicking for you. It's not clicking. You got all of these tools and it's not working because you have no idea what your end goal is. For example, I'll be honest with y'all. For example, I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'll be financially successful when I have 3 properties and $1 million in savings." That is not what I consider to be financial success for me. That's not. I'm super, proud of whoever that person is and for their goal, what they're accomplishing, and all that shit. But that's not what financial success is for me. Financial success for me, I realized I was financially successful when I received the job offer for the job that I have now. For those of y'all don't know, y'all know I got a real job. But for the job I have now, I realized I was financially successful when I received that job offer and the first thing out my mouth wasn't how much am I making. I didn't care about that. I didn't care about the money. I make enough money that I don't have to worry about that. I make enough money all the time is that more valuable than anything. So for me, they had to make it worth my time. Financial success to me was being able to take my kids to school every morning and pick my kids up every day. I didn't get that luxury when I was in the military. I had to drop my kids off 5 o'clock in the morning to daycare and then pick them up 6 o'clock at night when daycare closed. So for me, that's financially success. I'm financially successful now. I get to see my kids off to school every day and pick them up. Me and my husband spend more than enough time together because we're both in here looking at each other all day. That's financial success to me. Financial success to me is I get to go to all these concerts every year. I got Rolling Loud, Coachella. I got two Rolling Loud, Coachella, something in the water, all that stuff planned for this year. And I didn't even have to plan. As soon as the tickets was available, I went and got my ticket. That was to me, that's financial success. Being able to spend my time and my money in a way that makes me happy instead of having to do things that I'm uncomfortable with or just don't want to do because just for the check. That was financial success to me. A lot of you need to start there. What do you think you need to be considered financially successful? What do you need? What's going to make you happy financially? I can't tell you what that is. And I'm not here to shame you to tell you what it ain't. That's another thing that I think I've really hated the personal finance community as I've started with other creators and other communities and things like that, is when people start bullying you for what you think financial security is. What you consider financial success is just because it doesn't match what they want. I see this a lot in like the crypto world, or I see this a lot with the real estate guys. A lot of times, and sometimes it's unintentional, they don't mean to, but a lot of times they shame their followers. Or a lot of times they tell their followers, like, if you're not doing this, you don't care about yourself. It's given very much when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Like, that's what it's given with a lot of these creators. And I'm not, again, y'all know me. I'm not here to shame other creators. I'm not here to shame nobody else's financial journey. But you ain't got shit on me to get your content. You get what I'm saying? Just because I don't, and we've also had this conversation. I am not in I don't want to buy a house. I'm not going to buy a house. Until I find the fucking house that make me want to sign to it for the rest of my life, I'm not buying a house. I'm not interested in being nobody's landlord. I don't give a fuck about the equity. There's nothing you can say that's going to convince me to do that shit. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. And that's me. Owning a home is not a part of my financial journey. Not right now, it ain't. Sorry. And it's so funny because people get so offended when I say that. People get so mad when I say that, or they're like, you're holding your followers back. As a black woman, we weren't even allowed to buy houses, and now you got the opportunity, and you're not going to. So they legalize crack. You gonna get just because I can don't mean that I should. And I think a lot more people need to start practicing discernment, not just with the content that they're producing, but you guys with the content. You guys need to start practicing discernment. Just because you hear it, it's a hack, it's a play, it's a tip, do not mean that you gotta try it. No, Marcus, I just got it done. I just got it done for like last week or the week before that. Nobody noticed. Nobody has said anything either. You're like literally, you're like the first person outside of like the people I talk to every day who says something. I didn't even say nothing to my friends. I was with my sisters and we just went and got it done. She looked different. No, I just went. I just got it done like last week. But it's really important for you guys to practice discernment because everything ain't for everybody. Every journey isn't for everybody. Home ownership isn't for everybody. Being a landlord isn't for everybody. Having a trucking company isn't for everybody. Amazon drop shipping is not for everybody. Being an influencer is not for everybody. And it's very important that you take that same mindset when it comes to your personal finance journey. It's called personal finance because the journey is supposed to be personal. It's supposed to be as unique as you are. So you gotta kind of in the mindset with that when you guys start working on your money. I know a lot of you got home ownership or just getting your money together or getting your credit together on your 2023 bingo card. But if you don't do that very important step of defining what your goals are, like what the fuck am I even doing this for? If that's not the conversation you're having with yourself before you even start, then you're not gonna go far. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. You're gonna be running in fucking circles because you're doing what everybody else doing, not knowing that what everybody else doing is fulfilling them. It's not gonna fulfill you. Now, what role does credit play in financial success specifically? So I touched on it a little bit earlier, and we talk about it a lot. But I hate that the way that personal finance is taught, they segregate like regular money and all that stuff and credit. Nobody talks about the fact that if you are not managing your money properly, how the hell are you gonna manage your credit properly? I hate that those topics are so disconnected a lot, and people don't look at them in the same vein. But your credit is crucial to your financial success, especially in America. For those of y'all who live in America, as much as credit might seem like a scheme or scam or whatever the fuck you want to call it, unfortunately, you need credit to navigate this financial space. Unless you make baby money or Dave Ramsey money, you need credit. And even they need credit, which is the crazy part. Credit is more than just your ability to go on a bank loan. That's not what credit is. And I think that's the miscommunication that's allowing a lot of these false narratives to perpetuate. Lil Baby said in his song that he don't need no credit because he got money. Glorilla says she getting money, so she don't need credit. Dave Ramsey was telling people that you don't need credit at all. What a lot of those people don't understand is that you need credit to get car insurance. If you ain't got no credit, your car insurance can be high as hell. For those of you who got to go to college and you can't afford to pay out of pocket and you need student loans, guess what's going to be taken into consideration? For those of you who want to join the military and you got to get a security clearance, guess what's going to be taken into consideration? For those who want to be police officers or you want to be any kind of public servant, guess what's going to be taken into consideration for employment? Your credit. It's more than oh, I want to go buy this house or I want to go buy this car. It's a lot more than it. And it's very important that you don't just dismiss that. It don't matter how much fucking money you make. Listen to what I'm saying. Look at me when I say this. Please be 1,000% with your ears open right now. It does not matter how much money you make in America. You need credit. Period. Now, there are ways to build credit without going to debt. There are ways to do it. Can it take you longer to get to where you're trying to be, depending on what your goals are? I mean, I guess, but it all boils down to what you're willing to do to get to where you're trying to be. Because I hate to tell a lot of y'all who be watching my content, but you can't continue doing the things that you've been doing. Doing the things doing the things that you've been doing has gotten you to the place that you are. And the reason why a lot of you can't elevate past that is because you keep trying to do the same shit over and over and it's a different result. The definition of insanity. And in order to get things you've never had and to get to places you've never been, you have to do things you've never done. Mind blown. I don't even know why I read those comments. I don't. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Instagram too, because yes, Einstein don't like the same habits, period. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram because I hate that y'all can't see the full setup. That really grinds my gears that you guys cannot see the full setup. But if you look at the bottom, the banner that's scrolling across, that'll tell you all my other sites. And if you want to watch the actual full setup, I'm also live on YouTube right now. Hey, welcome for those of you who have to leave early. Once I go off a live, this live will be recorded and saved on my YouTube channel, as is all of my other lives. My YouTube channel name has changed. It's now Markia B at themoneyplug.co. I'm sorry. That's my email address. It's now Markia the Money Plug Brown. But you can search my email address or you can just search at THEE Money Plug on YouTube and I'll pop up. So just a FYI for Instagram people. Now, what are 5 steps to make you financially successful? So we've identified, right? I can't tell you what it means to be financially successful, but I can tell you 5 steps that's going to help you get there no matter what you consider financial success to look like, right? And I'm reading this shit directly out my textbook. Like, I swear, I'm getting this shit out the book and giving it to y'all for free. For free. Nobody else do that shit. Usually they going to sell it to you in a fucking ebook or something. I'm being 1,000% honest with you. Shut up. I cannot. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. So for those of you who don't know, if you guys got credit or money questions, you can always put them in the comments, and I always go back to find them for you guys. And I go back and I answer them. That's why you'll randomly catch me laughing because I'm reading some comment somewhere. Y'all make me sick. Oh wait, go back, go back, go back. All right. So the 5 steps to make you financially successful. The first one, y'all gonna be mad. You wanna know what it is? Define your goals. What do you think financial success is? What will make you feel financially successful? Don't put a number on it, right? I always tell people don't put a number on it because then I feel like you beat yourself up when you don't hit that number or if it takes you too long. Don't put a number on it. What do you think? Like, what accomplishment? Like, can you see for yourself? And I want you to see it for yourself. Just sit, close your eyes, think about it for a second. What is one thing that you want to make happen for you financially that you think would make you feel financially successful? For me, right now, and I mean that's another thing. Like your goals will change as time goes on and your circumstances and all that shit change. For me, right now, I feel like I'm financially successful. However, I would be just a little bit more financially successful if I could pay for my cars off. Finish this real estate course. I'm dead. Just studying where you can live comfortable without checking your account at the grocery store. You know what's so crazy about that? Let me tell you what's so crazy about that and how financial trauma, shout out to Rakim Sabri, but financial trauma is a real thing because it don't matter how much money is in my account, yo. Before I swipe my card anywhere, I don't care where I'm at, I check my bank account. That is true trauma. I know how much I got in my account. I know how much money's in there. I know how much I'm about to spend. I know that I can cover it. But the trauma in me has me by the choke, like it's choking me, it's elling me out. Because the first thing I'm gonna do when I get in that line is check my bank account. Chime comes through with spot me, don't follow me. What wait, what's that? What's spot me? Shut up. What is that? No, no, yeah, tell me what it is because I want to know what it is. But y'all know I be signing up for everything. What is that? All right, so the first step, right? Make sure it allows you to overdraft for free up to $200. Oh my God, you better stop it. Hold your hands out. Hold your hands out, Marcus. Don't you do that no more. You better not be out here doing that. First step, right? Identify what your goals are. The second step, make a budget. And I know y'all hate when I say that, and y'all know I don't really like using the B word. This year we said we was gonna start calling them spending plans. Like, but you need one. You can't not have one. I'm sorry. No matter what you say, do, how much money you make, if you do not have a spending plan of some sort, you're gonna piss away your money. When you don't have a spending plan, this means you don't really know how much money you got coming if you have no consistent income. You don't really know how much you got coming out, especially the way subscriptions that should sneak up on you, especially the way like I got something called Albert. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I've talked about it a little bit, but I got something called Albert. And one thing about Albert is Albert be minding the fuck out my business, bro. Because it'll be like, yo, you went to 7-Eleven 6 times in the last 3 months. And it'll tell me exactly how much I spent. Or it'll look at my subscriptions and be like, hey, you've been paying this for a while. Do you still use this? Or like if one of my automatic bills that I or my recurring bills is even a penny more than I normally pay, it notifies me. I'm like, yo, you spent a little bit more. Is that on purpose? So like it has a habit of telling me like, yep, everybody in my business are for real. Has a habit of telling me like, my habits without me noticing it. Um, and I probably would have never noticed it if it wasn't for the fact that I do my business every month. I sit down and go over how much money I supposedly have coming in and how much money I supposedly have coming out. And then at the end of the month, I go back and I put in the real numbers in a separate column so I can see how far off I was. If I have additional money that I can put somewhere else, if I added a new stream of income. So, I always go back and review it to make sure that it's still where I'm trying to be. The first step is identifying your goals. The second step is your budget. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a partnership with a company known as Physical, who what they're trying to do is democratize access to financial wellness. But in order to do that, we got to make these resources free, right? So I pay for this, but y'all don't have. All you gotta do, all you gotta do is go to the website on your screen. For those of you on Instagram, it's www.fisecl.com/money club. Or you can click the link in my Instagram bio, my TikTok bio, and it'll take you to my website on my landing page. there's a button that says get you a free customized budget and action plan. These are completely free. It takes you like 2 minutes. It asks you some questions like this is how to identify goals, what are the things you're already doing. I'm talking about investment, retirement, all that. And it compiles a free budget and action plan to give to you. It also gives you the option to book a free 15-minute phone call with me to talk about your finances. And during that appointment, if you want, I can give you an even more in-depth budget completely for free. The entire 15-minute appointment is free. That's not an appointment for you to come and ask me credit questions. I really wish y'all would read the description on that. But but that is an option that you all have. There's no way that you can be financially successful without knowing how much money you got coming in and how much money you got going out. And for the vast majority of you, well over 90%, a budget is going to be the way that you do that. So please, 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 y'all, make your budget. Now, number three, um, not yet March, but in March I will. So March is when I'll start, but I don't write this section only because of my course load. You know you're gonna be one of the people to know hell. One thing about me, I run my mouth on Facebook, so you'll be once I start. All right, number three. I wrote it down, y'all. I feel so organized today. Step number three. Plan to act. While a budget helps you see everything that's going on, that's not going to be the yellow brick road that's going to get you to the Emerald City. You guys need a yellow brick road. You have to come up with a plan that's going to get you to where you're trying to go. I got the goals. I'm looking at my money. I shit, but how am I going to get from where I am to where I want to be? That's what your plan is. You need a plan. And I need you to understand that the plan is fluid. The plan is always listen. Sometimes you got to veer off the plan to get back onto the plan farther down the line. When you guys make these plans are not set in stone. Life happens. People happen. People change. Circumstances change. You can get laid off. You can get a new job. You can start getting a part-time job, bringing in some more income. Anything can happen. So it's important that yes, you make a plan, but also you understand that that plan can change at any time. And you need to understand that so much that you need to schedule time to go back and review that plan, so you can make sure that no matter what point in your life you're at, you understand that all right, this is working for me. It's not working for me. Maybe you don't work here anymore. You got different income. Maybe you're making more money. Let me look at my plan again and make some changes, just so that I can be sure that it's going to get me to where I'm trying to be when I'm trying to be there by. You guys have to have a plan. A budget is not a plan. A budget is just going to tell you what you can afford to do in that fucking plan. But a budget is not a plan. You need a plan. Now, when it comes to planning, I'm going to be clear. This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. When it comes to planning, sometimes you need people who's going to help you. Now, I get it that y'all love y'all mother, sister, uncle, baby, father, little cousin, Pookie. And Cookie probably made $1 million selling hair. And so you be wanting advice from her too. But I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all got to start seeking advice from qualified, more knowledgeable others. What this means is people who know what they already know what you're trying to learn, and they're qualified to give that information. And I know that sounds kind of backwards, right? Because media, right? What's the one thing I always tell y'all when y'all listen to me? Trust but verify. That's why in my videos I be trying to give y'all the link to go look at the law yourself. Or I'll put it up on the screen for you to read yourself. I tell y'all where I found information at comments. I tell you where you can go get free resources in my posts and things like that. Like you can listen to whoever you want to listen to. This goes back to the conversation about the service. You can listen to and take in whatever information you want, but you need to make sure that you have access to more qualified people who can vet this information for you if you can't do it for yourself. This means CFPs, this means CFPIs or RTAs. This means going to the bank and just asking questions from somebody that works at the bank. This means if you have a CPA or something of the sort, but you need qualified people in your life that you can go ask these questions to. There's no such thing as a stupid question when it comes to your finances. Because I would rather you ask me this question, I give you the correct answer, as opposed to you fucking something up. Because when it comes to your finances, once you fuck up, it takes years sometimes to get past things. Family is why my money is funny. Listen, and they be the first ones to tell you what I didn't tell you. That. I told you what worked for me, and that's what they tell you. That's what they tell you. You're like, well, I'm just saying. It's very, very important, and it's going to go back to when I say this, I'm not saying this disparagingly. I'm not talking bad about this industry, but just because insurance, it does not make you a financial advisor. And so when y'all see these people on social media talking about their financial advisors, they're financial counselors, they're financial experts. Y'all need to start pulling people's cards. Y'all need to start pulling people's cards. Anybody can get on social media and say anything. Prove it. Prove it. Because when it comes to personal finance, this is a heavily regulated industry. I can't even give y'all investment advice. Whenever anybody asks me investment advice, first thing I say is I'm not qualified to give investment advice. I do not have this certification. However, here is somebody who gives investment advice on social media that I think you could benefit from. Because I know that's not my lane. One thing about me, oh, I'm my motherfucking kids. Investments are not my business. I'm not qualified to give you guys that advice. Even if what I'm about to say might be good advice, I can't share it with y'all. I can't. A lot of people don't respect those same boundaries, and they'll tell y'all whatever they want to tell y'all, and they'll sell you a course, they'll sell you an ebook, and they'll host in-person events, and they'll even manage your money for you if you want them to. And they are not legally allowed to do that. Not get y'all be looking for a hookup, talk about help the community and blah 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 blah. But if I'm not following the laws and I'm supposed to be helping you really think I can talk about you? You think I'm not gonna break the laws against you? I think that's the part that I think a lot of y'all don't understand. These people are breaking the law. Breaking the law. CPN niggas, because you know we talked about that the other day. Those people who selling these CPNs, the people who telling y'all that your social security card is a credit card, the people who are telling you that you don't have to pay bills because the government is in debt and they used people as collateral, and so you got a secret bank account fed um that you can use to pay your bills. All those other people, all of those are crimes. Crimes. The fact that they help y'all do that is a crime. The fact that they're doing it is a crime. The fact that they're teaching people how to do it is a crime. Crime, crime, crime. It's not gonna stop them from doing it. They can keep doing it till they quit. It's up to you to practice discernment, to do your research, to do whatever it is you need to do to make yourself comfortable with whatever financial decisions you make. I haven't really been live, if you want me to be honest with you. I've just been so busy. And by the time I like look up, it's gonna see me. But I'm definitely gonna start doing a little bit better with my time management, I promise. All right, so the first step, right? So go back to the first step. The 5 steps to make you financially secure. The first step was to identify what makes you financial goals, right? Number two, make a budget. And if you laugh at the fact that my nail is gone, you are probably hold on that. But yeah, so number two, make a budget, right? Number three, make a plan. The budget is going to tell you what kind of plan you have, but it's not a plan. So make sure you have a plan. Which I think number four is. Which I think number four is. I wrote it down. I feel so organized today, so I'm gonna keep saying it. I kind of already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Number four, go back and review the plan. Not just like not just like once in a while. I go back and look at my plan every week. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm one of those people where I'm a very visual person. I'm really into the whole manifesting and all that shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm a manifest and think about it, but I'm also gonna put work in it. Amen. Amen. Faith without works is dead. However, comma, I also put my goals. I'm constantly putting my goals in front of me so that I can see look, this is it. This is what we working towards, girl. 'Cause let me tell you, it be some days when I be in here answering these questions from y'all and answering emails and balancing my regular 9 to 5 and then kids and like I be overwhelmed. And I look up, looking at my goals, I'm looking at my plan, and I'm constantly looking at it. If anything in my life changes, I immediately come in my office and go look at my plan. All right, I'm doing this. I'm gonna change my life. I move this around. I could do this first, and then come back and do it. You gotta be through it. Step number four: you always go back and review your plan periodically. Even if you got to schedule something, if you put something on your calendar, say at the end of every single month, you can go back and look at your plan to make sure that you are still on the right. Because, like I said, shit changes. But it's very important that you are consistently and reviewing those plans because life be life, and it's gonna throw you some curveballs, but it's up to you to get past it. It's not about the curveballs that life gave you. It's about how you got past it. It's about what can I do to get around this, get through this, get under this, get over this. Whatever I got to do to get on the upside. That's the objective. Step four is going to always, always, always be review your plan. What's the best way to budget and plan while living a paycheck to paycheck? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to create a spending plan. Go to this website. You on TikTok, so you can see it. I pay for this so that you guys do not have to. And it's not fucking cheap. Let me say that. Go to this website. It's gonna ask you some questions like, like how much money do you make? You got any rental properties? Are you investing? Do you have a savings account? Like little stuff like that. It's gonna create a customized budget action plan specific to you, your goals, and the money that you're bringing in right now. You need to be able to identify why are you living paycheck to paycheck. Because are you living paycheck to paycheck because you're not making enough money? Or are you living paycheck to paycheck because you are not managing your money properly? Because those are two completely different things. We can't, and I hate this is something else that I see in the personal finance community. We are doing people a disservice when we automatically assume that someone is paycheck to paycheck because they pissing their money away. And one of the things that I commonly hear, especially when people talk about the Black community, is, oh, well, Black people want to buy Jordans and don't want to pay their rent. I guarantee you there's nobody out here who's buying Jordans instead of paying rent. I never had the money to pay my rent, so I'm just gonna go buy the Jordans. That's kind of where those choices come in at. Nobody's choosing not to eat over a Louis Vuitton purse. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people have the preconceived notion that you are living paycheck to paycheck because it's your fault, and that's not always the case. So first, you need to be able to identify: am I living paycheck to paycheck because of something I did, or because I'm just not making enough money? Because then that's going to determine what the plan is. Because if you're not making enough money, all right, cool. So then the first step in my plan is I need a new job, or I need another job. So how can I get that? What skills do I have that I can build on? How can I make myself a valuable option for these companies to hire me? Now, if you're not managing your money properly, then the budget is going to expose that, and you're going to be like, all right, I'm spending too much money in this category. I need to take money from here and put it here. I need to take money from here and put it here. I need to change this. I need to call them and see if I can change the due date for this. You get what I'm saying? But the first thing you need to identify is why are you living paycheck to paycheck? The fifth step in the 5 steps to make you financially successful is to stick to the plan. Not in the sense that you cannot wait, not in the sense that you can't make changes, but in the sense that every action that you're taking, every step that you take, every move, every play, every job, every paycheck, you need to be going towards those goals. You can't let other shit distract you. Because I promise, when you're on the right path, everything comes to knock you off of it. But you talking about, all right, I'm $100 away from saving for this. And your homegirl comes, bitch, guess who coming to town? Da 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 da. Take us $100. Now you gotta sit. Like, I'm $100 away from this. I could take this $100 because this was always the goal, and I could do that, or I'm gonna take this $100 and I'm gonna spend it, and it's gonna take me farther away from my goal. That's the hardest step out of all 5. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. Is sticking with the plan. Because at the beginning of the year, we all got good intentions, right? At the beginning of the year, we were like, "Yeah, girl, this my year. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pay this off. I'm a." By March, ain't nobody in the gym no more. Nobody's saving money. Nobody's posting about their monthly savings challenge. None of that. By September, it's not all about it. Oh, maybe next year. That's what everybody said. Oh, maybe next year. I'll do it next year. You guys, you have to stick to the plan. And you gotta get into the habit of understanding that this is nobody's job to take care of you but you. No matter if you're a kid and your parents take care of you now. Don't matter if you married and you're a stay-at-home mom and you think you ain't got no income coming in. That's your life too. That's a whole nother conversation we gonna talk about at a later date though. But you know, only person who is obligated to take care of you is you. The only person who's obligated to look out for you is you. And the only person that you can trust 1,000% to get you to where you're trying to be is you. And you need to start carrying it like that. Stop putting your goals off on other people. Stop being dependent on other people to help you accomplish your goals. And do whatever the fuck it takes to get to where you try to get really you. But you cannot do that if you don't stick to the plan. That's the fact. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. That's a song actually. That's a real song too. I was better with budgeting, but then I got divorced. Now I have child support, so it's all gone. It's not all gone. You just got to switch some shit around. It's not all gone. You just got to switch some shit around. That's it. That's it. Just because you got less money don't mean you ain't got no money. You just got to switch some stuff around. And a budget is really, really, really going to help you accomplish that because you'll be able to see exactly where every piece of your money is going. I missed that one before. All right, number one, identify your goals. What do you even think you need to be financially successful? Number two, have a budget or a spending plan. Whatever you gotta call it, to make you want to stick to it, stick to it. Number two is always make a budget. Number three, make a plan. A budget is not a plan. Let's be clear. It's a spending plan, so it's a plan on how to spend your money, but it's not a plan to get you financially successful. So number three, make a plan. You need a yellow brick road to get you to the Emerald City. You get what you picking up what I'm putting down? I hate y'all. Sometimes I'll be looking at the comments and I'm so glad that other people can't see some of these. Like everybody can't see all of them at once. Because y'all are a mess. Number four. What's number four? Hold up. I'm about to say. Stick to the plan. Oh, number four is go back and check your plan. You need to understand that your plan is fluid. Shit can change. Shit, life be life. An unexpected pregnancy, an unexpected death, those Google layoffs that just happened. Anything can happen. You need to always make sure that you're going back and checking the plan so that you can make sure that the steps that you're taking will always be in alignment with what your goals are. That was number four. And number five, stick to it. I got surgery next month on the 17th. Damn. Damn. I said that like I ain't got one on the books. It's not next month, but I ain't looking forward to it. He said I'm out again. All right, I almost called you by your real name. See, like this. I almost called you by your real name. I'm dead. And you know what's so crazy? That's a lot of my followers. I know y'all by y'all real names. When I be interacting with y'all when I'm live and stuff, I be having to remember not to say your real name. That should be funny. But those were the five steps to make you financially successful. Now remember, at the beginning of this, we talked about nobody can define financial success but you. Only you can tell me what's gonna make you financially successful. I know social media is like you're not financially successful if you don't own a home. That's who. That's who. Home ownership ain't in the cards for everybody. It don't make you more or less financially successful than the next person. It don't. I'm sorry to whoever bubble I just bust, but buying a house will make you no better than nobody. Not even on paper. To be real with you. Some people, home ownership is just not in the cards for them, and to other people, they want to buy multiple homes. Some people they want to be landlords, and other people don't want to be landlords. Some people be like, I want $1 million, and if I ain't got $1 million, I'm not financially successful. I personally don't give a fuck about if I have $1 million in the bank. I really don't want to pay taxes on that $1 million. If you want me to be 1,000% honest with you, so I don't really give a shit. Some people don't put much like a dollar sign on what they need to be considered financially successful. I'm one of those people. I don't like. I'm not about to sit here and be like, I need $60,000 to be financially successful. To me, and for those of you who missed it earlier, I even said it. I consider myself financially successful when I was offered a job, and my first question wasn't how much do it pay. It was, is this even worth my time? Because I got the money. Money ain't the problem, but is this worth me giving up the time? For me, my time is more valuable than anything else. And my definition of financial success is based off the experiences that I've had in my life. I've been very open on my platform about life in the military and how it wasn't conducive for what I wanted my family to do. I wasn't able to be a parent when I was in the military. I was literally at work all day. I was dropping my kids off at 5:30 in the morning when daycare opened, and I was picking them up at 6 o'clock at night when daycare closed. I was leaving for months at a time for trainings and whatever else my family needed me to do. So now that I'm retired and financially I did not have to go out and get a job, my kids were very well taken care of. I was able to homeschool my kids. Y'all know I talked about that a lot in the beginning. And then when they said they wanted to go to school, I'm able to drop them off every morning at the bus stop, pick them up every day when they get out. That's what financial success was for me. When my time became just as valuable to me as every dollar in my bank, that was what financial success was for me, and I'm financially successful now. I ain't got no $1 million. Y'all bugging. I ain't got no $1 million. Hell no. Nah. I tell y'all quick, well, I'm broke. I'm broke. But that's not what I need to be considered financially successful. And I think that right there is the part that everybody gets stuck on. Like, and I wholeheartedly blame social media, but at the same time, I'm really hoping that we can change the narrative on social media because social media have you thinking you need the house, the car, you need the pictures, you need the trips to Tulum and all this other shit. Hey, oh my God, I've missed you. You need all these things in order to be seen as successful socially. Do you really give a fuck about those people and what they think about you? I don't. I'm gonna tell you now. Y'all can tell I don't. I got on live and my nails came off yesterday, so you can tell I don't give a shit. But a lot of people put way too much stock in the opinions of people who don't even really give a fuck about them for real. Like so many people care about you. Sorry. At the end of the day, when the lights are off and you laying in bed and you looking up at the ceiling and you talking to yourself, what kind of conversations are you having? What goals are you planning? What life do you see for yourself? Those are the things that you need to be talking about. Not what's going to get you the most likes. Not what's going what you know. I still gotta get my husband his truck. My husband ain't getting no truck. He kissed my ass. Don't get me started on him because now he wants Tesla. He don't even want a truck no more. He wants Tesla, y'all. Don't get me started on him. You know what he want? He want to get on my face. Let me stop because I know he be in here in the comments. Like, soon as I said that, my eyes went to the comments. I know the first thing my husband can do is jump in my comments. Oh, good. He must be in his game room. I don't think he in here. Good. All right. So I want to talk about this for a second. So this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then whatever questions y'all got, listen, whatever money or credit questions you guys got, as always, please put them in the comments. If you missed all my speech or whatever it was that I had going on today, you can catch the replay on YouTube at Markia the Money Plug Brown. You can search at THEE Money Plug on YouTube to watch the replay, or you can just join my Facebook group and you'll see it in there, which is you can search Markia B, aka the Money Plug on Facebook to like my page. And then if you look at the bottom of your screen, scrolling at the bottom, you'll see like my LinkedIn and my Facebook group and all this other stuff. But I want to talk about this. I've talked about this before. I've talked about this on panels. I've talked about this. I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face. And I hate that Instagram can't see it. I'm so sorry. But what the banner says is that poor people can't have nice things. And I wrote it exactly how I saw it. So for context, I was on y'all know I be just scrolling my FYP. For those of y'all who don't know, I consume just as much content as I create. I'm a TikTok junkie. Do you hear me? I am addicted. I will openly admit it. And I came across a post where it was somebody who sells life insurance. That was kind of where the whole selling life insurance doesn't make you a financial advisor thing came from. But and in the comments, multiple conversations were being had regarding personal finance and what people should and shouldn't be spending their money on, which is what made me come live. Because again, financial success is defined by you and what you think it is. Just because you wouldn't spend your money on this shit doesn't mean I can't spend my money on these things. But you know, especially in the beginning of last year, there was a really big conversation had on TikTok where we talked about you can't budget your way out of poverty. If you like true poverty is when you're not making enough money to make ends meet. So how the fuck are you putting a budget your way out of that? You gotta get a whole new job. And for a lot of people, they don't have those options. And this was a part of those conversations. And so when I was looking at the comments, and it really made me upset because all of the pages that were commenting talking about, well, you know, the black community prioritizes Jordans over paying their rent, and the black community prioritizes Louis Vuitton and nice cars and things like that over investments and saving. Are they putting more value in these things, or were they never taught the value of those other things? If you actually sit and evaluate curriculum in inner cities across the country, so Philly, well, I'm not even gonna say Philly because of, obviously they recently changed it, but I'm not even going to mention those cities specifically. But if you look at the curriculum for a lot of these public school systems that we a lot of us are products of, you'll notice that personal finance is not a requirement. It is not a requirement in a lot of places. A lot of people don't even understand taxes. They don't understand investing. They don't understand what a 401k is. A lot of people don't even have 401k. They don't know the difference between a Roth and a traditional IRA. They don't understand savings or what an HYSA is or what it even stands for or the little percentage that people be putting at their savings account. People don't understand what that means. People don't understand what a variable interest rate is. They don't even understand how the interest rate is calculated for their card. A lot of people, if I extra right now, couldn't even tell me the interest rate for their card, which is crazy. And it's not that I'm putting this whole blame on the school, but what I'm saying is a lot of these people don't understand. You can't blame people for something that they were never taught in the first place. They don't know that it's missing. Right? That was number one. That was one of my points that got me cussed out. The second point was just because they poor don't mean they don't deserve nice things. Let me tell you something. When I got out of the army in 2014, that was the first time I got out of the army. I couldn't find it. Back then, this was after the OPM breach. So a lot of government agencies weren't hiring. So I was in the hiring process for a job, but they had already warned me it's going to take like a year or so to get the job because of the process. So I was working at McDonald's. I bust my ass. They was getting way more than 40 hours a week out of me. And I still was having a hard time making ends meet. So I signed up to go to school because the Army pays for you to go to school and they pay you to go to school. And that still wasn't enough living in the DMV. And it wasn't that I wasn't working hard. And it wasn't that I wasn't managing my money properly because I was. I just had two fucking kids to feed, plus myself, a car payment, and a household to maintain. And I wasn't making enough fucking money. That didn't mean that I didn't deserve to go to Six Flags with my friends in the summertime. That didn't mean that I didn't deserve to buy myself a new shirt or new pants or new shoes. Just because I'm poor doesn't mean I can't have nice things. It just means that I have to do a little finessing and finagling with my finances to make sure that I can afford them. That's what the conversation needs to be. It's not that I don't deserve it. It's not that I can't have it. It's just that I need to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to afford it. And just because I have nice things and then I don't have others does not mean that I'm not smart or my priorities are out of whack or anything like that. I think we need to start taking the judgment out of personal finance because it don't look good. And I hate when I see content creators like, and it's crazy because like I know a lot of y'all love Dave Ramsey, and I got my TikTok taken down for saying what I'm about to say. But I think that black problems require black solutions, and we need to stop relying on white saviors to pull us out of these situations because they don't understand where we're coming from. Dave Ramsey doesn't address topics like poverty and not making ends meet because you can't afford daycare in your area. So how can you go get another job when you can't even afford somebody to watch your kid for the job you got? You get what I'm saying? And so I said that we need to stop listening to the Dave Ramseys and the Suze Ormans, and we need to start listening to people who look like us, who have had similar experiences to us, because that information is a lot more valuable and easier to digest than any of the information somebody else has, simply because they can relate to us. They're speaking to us because they are us. You get what I'm saying? And I hate that I really don't like saying it because I don't like disparaging. Like I said, I don't like disparaging other creators or other people in this community. But those people don't get us. So then when they say stuff and they say shit like poor people not supposed to have nice things, if you poor, you should not have these things. If you poor, you shouldn't have Louis Vuitton. If you poor, you should have Gucci. Bitch, I bought this across the street from the Apollo in New York. It ain't real. But if it was, I deserve nice things because I bust my ass to get it. But this is oh my god, I've got to meet Dr. Eric Thomas before. That's a whole other conversation. Woo! Whole other conversation. But you get what I'm saying? Like I just people say things because they don't understand. And they say things and they have the best intentions, but it's not clicking. And it's not clicking because they don't understand why it's offensive to us. They don't understand why we get mad when they say certain things like that to us because they are not in our situation. And so I just think that we can't. How do I say this in a nice way? I feel like that TikTok, like, say something nice. It take you that long to say something nice? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But we need to take the bullying and we need to take the judgment and we need to take the traumatizing to be like everybody is so concerned with shaking the table that they don't realize that you are unknowingly traumatizing your audience with some of the things that you're saying because you are so hell bent on being controversial or saying the things that need to be said. What the fuck ever, bro? You've never lived this life. So who are you to judge me for the way I live mine? I'm not saying y'all don't have to listen to these people. Listen to whoever you feel is pouring into the cup properly, right? Because if you want water and I'm only pouring coffee, we're not gonna work. You get what I'm saying? And I am not ignorant enough to believe that everybody is gonna listen to my content and get the message and love me and all this other stuff. I'm not ignorant enough to believe that. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people out here who do exactly what I do. Probably better than me at doing it, to be real with you. But at the end of the day, we need to take the judgment out of personal finances. We need to stop judging people for what they have, for what they don't have, for who they with, for the decisions that they've made. Just because you wouldn't make that decision, don't mean you have the right to judge other people for making it. I'm just because it goes back to this. What the fuck is financial success? Financial success is whatever you want it to be. Success is defined by the person who seeks it. I didn't make that shit up. Y'all don't believe me? I told y'all I'm studying for my AFC. This is the textbook. This is the textbook, a college textbook. Success is defined by the person who seeks it. So you have to stop setting your goals, setting your standards, and setting your definition of financial success based on other people's life experiences, based off of what other people are saying and what other people are doing. Because keeping up with the Joneses ain't gonna get you shit. I'm still trying to find that Reddit on you. You know that came back up the other day actually. That video is starting to get some more traction, and then the comments was like, "Some like this if you came here from Reddit." I thought that was so funny. Yeah, I have a Reddit thread about me, and it's not nice. It's not nice at all. And it's for a video that don't got nothing to do with personal finance, y'all. But I digress. Keeping up with the Joneses will keep you broke. A fucking man. How long have I been live? Oh, I've been live for an hour. Oh my god. All right. So, what money questions y'all got for me? Well, oh, wait. Before I say that, so don't forget. It's kind of all leading up to listen. I'm here for y'all. I don't have to do what I do. I love doing what I do. I love talking to you guys. I like breaking down these complex financial concepts in a way that makes it easier for you to understand. It's not that y'all are not like I had somebody the other day. Earlier this week, I met with somebody for one of my little free 15-minute sessions that you get when you do the budget. And they were saying like, I just feel like I'm stupid because I feel like I'm not getting it. It's not that you're stupid. That's not why you're not getting it. You're not getting it because they're not speaking your language. If I don't speak Arabic, I'm not about to read a book in Arabic. I'm not about to listen to Arabic music because I don't understand it. So it just doesn't resonate with me. If I need to break it down for you in a language that you understand, I'll do that for you. I don't mind. I love it. And this webinar is going to be one of the ways that I do that. This is free. I know Instagram can't see it. I hate that you guys can't see it. But the name of my webinar is called Are You Really Getting Money? And it's January 31st. If you want to RSVP, the link is in my bio on TikTok and Instagram. If you're on Facebook, the link to register is in the description, as well as YouTube and Twitch. The link to register should be in the description. Twitter, you're gonna have to click the link in my bio too. I forgot I was live on Twitter. But this webinar is going to be talking about a lot. It's probably going to be like a 3-hour long webinar. If I can get other people to join in and give y'all the tea on shit like taxes and investing and shit like that, I'll even do that. I'm trying to get as much information for you guys as possible so that this is the end of January. If you didn't already start your whole 2023 new year, new me thing, this is going to be your opportunity to get every piece of information you need to at least start. We're going to be talking about budgeting, saving. We're going to be talking about, for those of you who are employees, we're going to be talking about how to maximize your employee benefits to help out with your finances. We're going to be talking about the importance of having health insurance. We're going to be talking about medical debt, because for those of you who don't know, there has been a change in the way that medical debt reports to the credit bureaus, and it went into effect in January. So a lot of you are going to be seeing, supposed to you have medical debt, you're going to be seeing some changes this year and things like that. So we're going to be going over a lot of stuff. And of course, we're going to be talking about credit, because money and credit, y'all know I'm your girl. But we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff in this webinar. So you're definitely not going to want to miss this. This webinar will not be saved. You will not be able to purchase the replay anywhere, as far as I'm tracking, because I don't think I want to sell it. It's either you're there or you ain't. That's what it boils down to. Either want it or you don't. This is one of those times when you're going to have to prioritize, what your goals are. If your goal is to get your shit together and you feel like my webinar is going to help you do that, come on in. I do not mind. It's for everybody. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. What questions do y'all got for me? It's not a question I'm answering. I'm dead. I hate that when I go live. So when I go live, for those of you who don't know, everybody be asking me about my setup and stuff. I go live using StreamYard. And so when I go live on everything. So I be live like on my personal Facebook page, my business Facebook page, inside my business Facebook group, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, like all that stuff. And so I be having like 80 million chats open trying to read all y'all comments. Oh, and I said I was going to answer some Q&A questions that I had got this week. I'm getting on TikTok now, y'all. Comments. Ooh, shut up. Shut up. So y'all know that lady I was fucking with? Okay. For those of y'all who don't know, I think it was like the last time I went live, actually. Only reason I went live is because me and this lady was going back in the comments because she was trying to tell me that a Social Security card is a credit card and that I don't have to pay my bills because the government will pay my bills and all this other stuff. That was where that series of content came from. And then like I went live and debunked it. I even did a YouTube video and debunked it. Why all her content is gone, y'all? Oh no, she blocked me. That's what it is. She blocked me. Talking about she stopped the foreclosure with consumer law. Yo, she just be lying. She blocked me. Damn, I never thought she would have. Sorry. I hate when it happened because now her followers not gonna be able to see all the cool stuff that I said. But yeah, I hate when that happens. Anyway, somebody just commented and said it. Let's see. One of the questions I got, so I just posted a video. Y'all probably haven't even seen it yet because I literally posted it right before I went live. But I did a video talking about cosigning. Now the question that was asked of me was, this lady, she co-signed for her son to get an apartment or something like that, and they moved out before the end of the lease, and they had a balance owed. And as the co-signer, it was stuck on her credit, and she was asking like, what she should do to fix this. So what I'm going to tell you is what the law say, right? So if you co-sign for somebody, I know a lot of times when they be saying, "Oh, you could just get a co-sign," like it sounds so easy, so simple, and like you can just like put your name down on something. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta make the payments. Like you ain't got nothing to worry about. You have a lot to worry about. When you co-sign for somebody, you saying, "Listen, this person gonna pay it." Excuse me. This person gonna pay it. This person gonna pay their bills. I actually know this person gonna pay their bills so much that if they don't pay, I'll pay their bills. That's exactly what you are saying when you co-sign for people. And I get it. Nobody asked you to co-sign with the intent on not paying that fucking bill. But life happens. And any negative remark that is tied to an account that you are co-signed for, you will be stuck with that negative remark. Boom. I mean, there's no way around it. The only way that you can get your name off of an account that you co-sign for is if that party refinances or if they relinquish ownership of the property. So, like, if it's an apartment that you guys co-sign for, they gotta move out. Y'all gonna have to terminate that lease and move out. That's the only way you will get your name off an apartment. If it's a car, that person has to refinance that car and get your name off of it, or sell the car, and y'all gonna have to pay the difference for whatever is still owed. But when you co-sign for somebody, that's not as little or as small as a lot of these dealerships and all these other people. They're just trying to get the sale. They trying to get your money. No matter who they got to put on the hook for it, they just want the money. They don't care about y'all. Y'all got to be more cognizant of what you're doing. Your name is very valuable because it's tied to your what, your credit. Please start being more. I honestly, I'm real big on don't co-sign for nobody. And I was somebody that needed a co-signer at one point in time. You know what happened? Nobody would co-sign for me. Nobody would co-sign for me. And at first, oh, I'm sorry, Latrice, I did not see that. The link in my bio. If you click the link in my bio, that's going to take you to my landing page. The name of the webinar is "Are You Really Getting Money?" That's the name of the webinar. I needed a co-signer for something. So all right, so for those of you who don't know me or not familiar with me, I don't just talk based out of a book. I'm gonna be real with you. I got a lot of certifications and all this stuff, but a lot of this shit I learned the hard way. I was somebody who had horrible credit after my first divorce, and I had to rebuild. I tried everything. I tried the CPNs, I tried the credit suites, I hired Lexington Law, all this shit, and nothing worked. You know what worked? Me learning this shit myself and doing it. That's what worked. I'm still feeling the effects of a lot of the things that I went through post divorce. A lot of the things that I didn't know, and I'm recovering from them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not just talking to you guys from education. I'm also talking to y'all from experience. When I tell you all this shit, it's not just because I just be saying shit. And when it comes to co-signing, nobody will co-sign for me. And I got a high. Let me tell you, I have at the time. This was what 2016. I bought a. This was right after I got married. So yep, it was 2016. It was February. I bought a 2016 Kia Soul. Had 32 miles on it. My credit score was a 515 when they printed the little paper out at the dealership. I had to put $3,000 down on the car. The $18,000 car. Car payment was high as hell. I'm talking high as grass cookie. My interest rate was, and I ain't had no choice. I needed a car to get me from point A to point B. I could afford the payment, so I took it. Now, this is why it's very important for you guys to always keep evaluating your goals. Because let me put y'all on game. If you got a loved one who is in the military, like joined recently, been in for a while, or thinking about joining, listen to what I'm about to say. I bought my car in February. At the time, I was working on my packet to go back active duty because I had been out of the military. I was out for a year, and then I got in as a reservist in 2015 after the riots in Baltimore. And then I was trying to go back active duty. That was the goal. And so I bought my car. I had a 20 something, 20, I think it was like a 22% interest rate, if I'm not mistaken, or something along those lines. In July, I ended up signing my active duty contract. In August, I ended up in South Carolina for training. Um, After training, I ended up in Missouri for training. Then I went to South Carolina. When I got to South Carolina, right, I was stationed at Fort Jackson. Shout out to 113. I was at that battalion. I was working there, and that was when I found out about the SCRA. I never knew what the fuck that was. The SCRA is the Service Member Civil Relief Act. And this act gives a lot of benefits to military people. One of those benefits was any debt that I had that had an interest rate attached to it that I had prior to me getting on active duty service, no matter what my interest rate is, I can get it lowered to less than 6% interest because of my military service, for the duration of my military service. You know what I did? I called the people my loan was through. I told them, hey, I'm in the military now. So yeah, I want to invoke my rights under the SCRA. They said, okay, send us a copy of your orders. We'll make it happen. I sent them a copy of my orders. Not only did they lower my interest rate to, I think it was like 5%, from 22% to 5%, but any payments that I made after I signed my active duty contract, they had to go back, take that money, and any money that went towards the interest, they had to apply it to the principal of my loan, which effectively cut down the life of my loan. Not like put it on the end or tack it on the end. No, they had to do it for the duration of my military service. Obviously, I don't have the car anymore. But for my whole contract, my interest rate was 5%. Now, if you are already in the military and then you buy a car and your interest rate high as hell, that may not work for you. Some people might do it and people won't. Instead of giving them your orders, you can give them something known as a statement of service signed by your commander. And you can be like, well, look, they got to the duty station on this day right here. So I can verify that they've been in the military from this day right here till whenever. And this is their schedule out date. And what they'll do is you can invoke your SCRA benefit depending on who the lender is and what they're willing to do for you. And yeah, you can get your interest rate lowered. And that's not just for cars either. Credit cards, mortgages, student, like any loans that you have, anything with an interest rate attached to it. Technically, if you got that debt before you got in the military, they have to lower your interest rate for the duration of your contract. I'll do another video on it because actually did a series last year, like early in the year last year, where I broke down the Service Member Civil Relief Act in more detail. But that was what I did to lower my interest rate. So that just goes to show y'all. At the time when I bought that car, it fit my needs. I hated it, but I had to pay for it. Once my circumstances changed, I went back, looked at my goals and my plan and what I was doing, and I realized that I could do something a little different. Save me a couple $100. This is why it's important for you to reevaluate your plans as the circumstances change. This is why I be on y'all about that. Again, I don't just say shit from a textbook. I'm speaking to y'all from experience. I've used this. I've helped other people use this. I'm trying to get an $84,000 truck from Navy Federal. I'm traded in a $64,000 truck. What is the qualification? I can't answer that for you. So I don't work for Navy Federal, so I can't tell you what you need to do. Bro, one thing about my watch is she be minding all the business that don't pay her. Very true. Love all the information you give. Oh, thank you. Y'all don't know. Like y'all be like, oh my gosh, she be doing all this. Y'all don't know. I read every single comment that y'all leave on my stuff. Every single comment, I read it. So when I be getting the little Google reviews from people that I've worked with or with people who like have watched my videos and like actually learned something, when I be seeing the comments that y'all say like, you know, you love all my information, when y'all love the videos and stuff like that, should really make me feel good. That's all I be needing. Y'all ain't gotta give me money, bro. Just give me that. She said I've been lurking and watching you for a while. Oh, credit profile is everything at NSCU. Doesn't have minimum requirements. Hey girl, I haven't seen you. As you should. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm about to study business credit to be a tag team of finance. Let's go. All right. I know I said I wasn't gonna go to college, y'all, but I'm low key. I ain't gonna lie to you, Black Ginger. I'm thinking about going ahead and get my bachelor's so I can get my MBA. I've really been considering it. Hold on, y'all. This Pepsi hot, and I don't like hot Pepsi. I guess I'm gonna have to drink it. I don't have no choice. God damn, bro. I don't like hot Pepsi. It's hot in here. My husband got the heat on hell because he don't want to put no clothes on. I definitely think I want to get my MBA. I just gotta get my bachelor's first. Damn, I hate hot Pepsi. Y'all think if I take my husband here, bring me a cup of ice? What other questions y'all got for me? All of that. I was gonna ask my kids, but they only got a little bit of time before They gotta go to bed for school. So I don't want to cut into their time. I just text my husband. Let's see what he say. All right, but let me go to the next set of questions. Do, 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 do. I gotta stop doing that. How does balance transfer cards work? Would it be worth looking into to pay off debt faster? Okay, so let's talk about balance transfers for a second. Hold on, I got a burp. I can feel it. All right. So let's talk about balance transfers for a second. First of all, balance transfers is not an option for those who have bad credit. If I'm gonna be real, or it's not gonna be what you think it could be. So a lot of people like Chase and some of the really nice banks will offer people with good credit. If you get like an offer in the mail and it'll be like, oh, 0% APR for 18 months for balance transfers. And what that means is if you transfer all of the credit card debt that you have or whatever credit card debt that you have to this card, then you won't pay interest for 18 months, which will help you pay the card off quicker. For those of you who don't know, every month that your card has a balance on it, you are assessed interest rate. And if it's a variable interest rate, it's based off of whatever that interest rate is currently. And it can change at any point in time. For example, for those of you who have had credit card debt for probably like the last 6 months or so, when the Fed raised their rate, credit card interest rates went up. So you notice that maybe it's taking you a little bit longer to pay this card off than what it normally would. That's because your interest rate went up. It's a variable interest rate. With these cards specifically, the benefit is that when you transfer your balance to these cards, there is no interest. So you get to pay your cards off quicker, which works for them because now you got activity on the card. You get what I'm saying? So and you got this new line of credit with them. Like they want you to come. They want you to do it. The only time it makes sense is if the interest makes sense. I always tell people when it comes to stuff like debt management or paying off debt or transferring who owes what, the interest is going to tell you whether it makes sense or not. Because you can go from paying a 16% interest rate on your credit card to paying 0% interest on a transfer. Oh, hey girl. I'm gonna finish my favorite credit specialist. Oh, so that's why balance transfers are considered valuable because if you qualify for them, it can be extremely valuable. They can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on what kind of. It just depends on what kind of or how much credit card debt you got. Okay, let's see. I'm going through my Q&A since for stuff I haven't answered yet. I did a payment plan for a medical bill, but was told I only paid off the hospital and not the physician. How do I approach the hospital about that? So when it comes to medical debt, first you need to get a breakdown of all of the money that you owe. Usually you would do a debt validation, but instead of doing it with the debt collection company, you can go directly to the hospital and get a breakdown of your bill for all of the stuff that they charged you for, even if they transferred it to a debt collection company. They can still give you pretty much like an invoice, right, of all the stuff that you were charged for. That is how you know how much you owe the hospital and then how much you owe the physician. And then if you have insurance and they paid a portion, it'll show you what insurance paid for and then what you're still on the hook for and what happened to those balances. Mm, some of these comments, y'all just be saying anything. When the credit union pulls your credit, are they able to see your income or tax returns? No, because they're not looking for your income or your tax returns. But they will ask you, when you filling out an application, and I know this because my first card was through Navy Federal. When you filling out your applications and stuff, they're gonna ask you how much money you're making, and they're gonna ask you for proof of income. So if you're military, they're gonna ask you for LES. If you're not military, they're gonna ask you for some pay stubs, or they just be like, they want to ask you like how much you make, and you tell them, and then once you get past that part, they'll ask you for pay stubs. So no, when you pull your credit, that's not what they see, but you are going to have to provide that information if to move forward in that process, if that makes sense. The question was, oh, I reread the question out loud. What's another question I got? I answer most of the questions I get in the Q&A. So low key, I'm just trying to find all the ones I didn't. Oh, I disputed a closed slash charged off account and it came back as verified slash accurate and they reopened it. My credit dropped 55 points. This is why it's important for you guys to understand how your credit score is calculated and you need to understand your rights and responsibilities as a consumer because I'm gonna tell you now, you can't reopen a closed account. So I'm not sure if this person is wrong or if this really happened to them, and if it did, it's illegal. But once an account is closed, they can't reopen it. Now, a lot of you don't understand the dispute process, and you also don't understand the rights and responsibilities of the credit bureaus versus the creditors. So let me explain that a little bit. Credit bureaus can only verify. A lot of times they be like, oh my God, I disputed this like 5 times and it's not coming off. And all 5 letters they sent to the credit bureau. You did the first step in the dispute process. The first step. There's a lot of steps. That's the only thing the credit bureaus can do is verify, not validate. A verification is just them saying the information that we are reporting is the information that we got directly from the creditor. They're not validating whether or not the information is valid, whether the company can legally collect this money or not. All they know is, look, these people paid me to say this shit, so we finna say this shit. That's how it works with the credit bureau. They have no power to stop reporting the information unless they are violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And you need proof. Asking for validation and the credit bureau is not giving it to you is not proof. And then I did a video recently that talks about these 609 letters. So I sell credit repair templates. And something that is very popular for credit repair specialists when it comes to these templates is these 609 letters. And you'll see a lot of TikToks and stuff that talk about these 609 letters, but I don't think I posted it on Instagram, as a matter of fact. Or if I don't think I did. I'll probably go back and post it tomorrow. But I did a video on TikTok where I talked about 609 letters, and I talked about how they're bullshit. The 609, Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act refers to a part of the law that states that whenever you request from the credit bureaus a copy of all the information they have on you, they got to give you everything. But they can't give you something that they don't have. And legally, they are not required to have proof that this company can collect on this information. All they know is this company told me to say it, so I said it. So when you guys are disputing with them and they're not sending, like you asking for copies of contracts and all that shit from the credit bureaus, they can't give it to you and they're not legally required to do so. That is why the disputing process doesn't work. And what a lot of you don't understand is that that's a trap. They get y'all to buy a 609 letter, you send a 609 letter in and it don't work. So then you reach back out to them like, well, I sent the 609 letter in and it didn't work. What else do I do? And that's how they get you to sign up for the services. I'm not here to knock nobody hustle, but I also don't like y'all to get seen, y'all get finessed. This is why it's very important for you guys to do your own research. If they're telling you like, oh, this worked because of this law, go read that law yourself. Go read that law yourself. The problem when you get information from an additional party is that not only are you getting that information, but you are getting how they interpret that information. And the same goes for me. This is why when I tell y'all shit, I give y'all the law so you can go look at it yourself. I have no problem answering questions in my comments. That's also another huge red flag when it comes to these social media credit repair specialists. If all the comments be like text credit to 36363, I'm over it. You're not even really trying to answer my fucking questions for real. Oh, baby, you are a lifesaver. Thank you. My Pepsi hot. You said you about to go to the store. You give me another Pepsi? Thank you, baby. Sorry, y'all. Give me 2 seconds because I'm thirsty as hell. Sitting here talking to y'all. You said what? Huh? Oh, okay. All right, back to the question. So when this person disputed this account and they sent their letters into the credit bureaus, what initially happens is that they open up in a true live without a Pepsi. No real facts.
I found this on the web.
Nobody asks you shit, bro. So when it comes to disputing, this person likely just sent their letters into the credit bureau. And the credit bureau is investigating. And then the credit bureau is like, all right, well, we checked our information and it matches what the company told us. And I guarantee you, and this is how I know y'all not reading y'all mail, what it tells y'all to do if the information that y'all, like when it comes back verified and they send you a copy of your credit report with verified next to all the shit that you was disputing, they tell you if you got a problem with what they said, go talk to them, don't talk to us. A lot of people don't read that part. They just saw that I didn't get what I wanted and it didn't work. You didn't finish. Go talk to, okay, so now you go talk to the creditor. It didn't work disputing it with the credit bureau. Okay, so go directly to the horse. Get it from their mouth. You guys gotta understand the dispute process before you start. You can't just jump in and just start sending shit willy-nilly. That's not how it works. You guys gotta understand the process, your rights and responsibilities as a consumer, and the rights that you have against these companies. That's why disputes don't work for a lot of y'all. Not because you don't know. I mean, well, you don't know what you're doing, but it's not because you're stupid or you don't get it or something like that. It's just that you don't know. Because the only way you'll know is by educating yourself. Let's see what other Q&As I got. Why isn't Equifax letting me delete old addresses? Oh, that's a good one. The reason why a lot of you can't remove these old addresses is because they are still tied to actively reporting accounts. Credit bureaus only report what's told to them. That means somebody told them, hey, this person lives at this address, and that's why they're reporting it. What you gonna want to do, listen close, right? You want to go to Experian.com. You want to make one of those free Experian accounts. Do not pay for it. After you pay for it, you did something wrong. There's a whole matter of fact, I keep saying I'm gonna re-record this video and I'm gonna do it. I'm about to tell you step by step how to do it. I'm literally about to walk you through it. Hold on. I'm literally about to walk you through it. I know my phone about to ring. I see it. I see this jumping. Are you ladies for your man now? The club is full of. I'm literally going on the website right now. Is it right here? Yep. All right. So you're gonna log in to Experian, right? At the top of the page, you're gonna see reports and scores, and you're gonna click credit reports. Once the report pop up, you're just gonna pick on anything random. It could be the first thing you see, and you're gonna click on it like you're gonna click on it like you're going to dispute it. Once you enter the dispute center, because it's gonna take you to a whole new page. Once you enter the dispute center, select start a new dispute, and a credit report is going to pop up. The special credit report. At the top of the report, there's a 10-digit report number. Write it down. Do not copy and paste, because if you try to copy and paste, the last two numbers are going to get cut off. So do not copy and paste. Write it down. You're not going to submit the dispute online, so don't go that far. But once you do that and you have that number, you're going to open up another tab. You're going to go to Experian.com/NCA online/dispute, right? And then I'll even show you what it looked like. Can I share my screen? Damn, I don't know if I can share my screen. And remember, I know you're probably not taking notes to the person who asked this question, but this live is going to be saved on my YouTube channel. So you can always go on my YouTube channel and rewatch this. Can I share the screen right here? Let me see. I'm about to see if I can share it with y'all. Window, Chrome tab. Here it is right here. This is the website that's going to come up. When you disputing your personal information, hold on, I'm about to show y'all. Oops, hold on, I gotta get rid of my thing. Oops, cancel, hide, and then take this off. Okay, this is what it looks like. You're gonna pull this report up. You're gonna put the report number in that I had to write down, your social security number, your email address. You're gonna hit I agree, and you're gonna hit submit. What's gonna happen is, and I'm gonna stop sharing this. I just wanted to show y'all what the page looked like. Damn, but now my thing looking at it. So what's gonna happen is gonna pull up a very detailed report, something you've likely never seen. And I'm talking, you will see like addresses and stuff that you haven't seen for years. I'm talking like super years. Like I saw addresses from when I was like 17, 18. Y'all turned 30 this year. So they definitely was telling all of my fucking business. But the point is, when you look at this information, you're gonna hit expand on all of the accounts, right? Highlight the entire account, copy it, and paste it into a Word document, right? That way you can save it. You want to keep going online to look at it. And then once you have it, you're going to go in and you're going to look at what's known as the address identification number, right? I'm sitting here looking at mine. Each account has an address identification number that is tied to it. And if you go to your address section, it's going to show you what the address identification is for that particular address. If you're looking at your account, if you're looking at an address that you want to get taken off, look at that address identification number and then go to all of your accounts, opened and closed, whatever the case may be. And you need to identify every single account that has that address identification number. Once you identify every account that has that number, you will do a targeted dispute so that you can either remove that account or change the address on that account so that the old address isn't reporting. And what I mean by that is like, so if it's an open account, let's say, hold on, I'm gonna answer that in the question in a second. So let's say it's an open, actively reporting account, like it's a bill that you pay every single month. So what you're going to do is you're going to call that creditor. You're going to say, hey, I need to update my address in the system, and I need you guys to remove every address that you had for that. And then that's what they'll go in and do. If it's a closed account that has been paid off, you can call them and update the records if you want to, but I mean, it's paid off, so it's really no point. Once it falls off, that address won't be tied to it, if that makes sense. Now, if it's an account that you haven't paid, I would not suggest touching it. And you're going to be stuck with that address for as long as that account reports. So then, in my professional opinion, I would tell you do a targeted dispute with that particular account. Figure out something in that account that gives you the right to dispute it and try to remove it. To remove that address if it's that big of a deal. But you need to be able to identify which account is reporting that address in order for you to do a more targeted dispute to have it removed. So if you've been writing the credit bureaus and they just refusing to get rid of an address, that's what you need to do. How long after filing Chapter 7 can you buy a house? It's not about when you filed, it's about when your bankruptcy was discharged. And what have you been doing since your bankruptcy has discharged? Now, there's no like, I tell people this all the time, they be looking at me crazy. There's no like minimum credit score or like anything like that when you go to buy a house. Those restrictions come in based on the type of loan you're getting, the loan, the mortgage company you're going through, like who's going to be signing off on your loans and things like that. If you have filed bankruptcy within the last like 5 years or so, and you tell me you want to buy a house, go talk to a mortgage officer. They will tell you exactly what they need your credit report to look like in order for them to give you money for a house. They will tell you exactly what you need to do. You might not even have to wait that long. You might not have to wait at all. It just depends on what they say. And every person may tell you something different. You never know. It all depends on the type of loan you're trying to get and then who you're going to. Oh, and how much you're trying to get. I signed up for your credit repair, but I live for free. And I just upload my credit card bill. Huh? Oh, you're talking about okay, so for the address thing. So those of you who don't know, you need when you're sending off letters to the credit bureaus and to the creditors, you gotta have some identification documents included in your letter so that they know who they're talking to. If you do not have a utility bill with your name on it, if you have car insurance with your name on it, that has your current like your mailing address on it, that's fine. A W-2 with your address on it, that's fine. The first page of your bank statement, that's fine, as long as it has your name and your address. The point of the utility bill is just to verify that you get mail to that address. That's what that's for. You are the best. Oh, thank you. I'm guessing that's all these emails I just got. I don't want to say your name, but I think that is you. Somebody messaged me like, I am being sued. What can I do? So this is what happens when a debt collector sues you, right? When a debt collector takes you to court, a lot of times initially it's a scare tactic because they know as soon as somebody gets this summons in the mail, they're not going to try to go to court. They're going to call them immediately to try to get the debt taken care of. I'm going to be the first person to tell y'all, just because they're taking you to court don't mean you owe. Y'all see that dramatic pause? For a fact. Just because they take you to court don't mean that's a guarantee that you're going to have to pay them. Because when you go to court, the judge will be like, all right, what proof you got that they owe this debt? If they ain't got no proof, you don't owe. Now, I literally just had this conversation with somebody who sat down for an audit with me this week. But listen, you got two options when they take you to court. You can either call them and set up some sort of payment arrangement before you go to court, and then show up in court and let them know that you already have an agreement in place and that you all will be abiding by the agreement and have the agreement entered into the judgment. Or you guys can go to court and you can fight it, which will, I mean, even if you know you owe, worst case scenario, it gives you more time to get the money together so that you can pay the debt. Like, that's, I mean, worst case scenario, that's what happens. They're not going to automatically garnish your wages once they win the case. They have to give you time to make the payment or whatever it is you agree to do at the court case. Now, if they keep trying to get in contact with you and you still not paying even after they got the judgment, they're going to start garnishing your wages, taking your taxes, shit like that. But they're taking you to court. First step, go to court. Unless the court tells you you ain't got to go. Always go to court because when y'all don't show up, they get something known as an order of default, and the judge rules in their favor because you never showed up to defend yourself. So if you get sued from a company, and if you see companies on your credit report and you owe more than $1,000, expect to go to court eventually. LVNV, Midland Credit Management, Portfolio Recovery Services. Those three companies are notorious for fucking suing people. Notorious. Let's see what other questions I got. I already answered all these. Damn, I answered a lot of these questions already. Yeah, most of these is about getting sued. I guess everybody getting sued all the time. All right, well, I'm done with the questions. What else y'all got for me? What other questions y'all got for me before I get off of here? I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm tired. I've been on here for an hour and a half. I said I was gonna go live real quick. Been on here for an hour and a half. For those of you who are new here, what's up, everybody? My name is Markia. I'm known on social media as the Money Plug. I'm a certified financial education instructor and a registered financial associate. I am also a board certified credit repair specialist, a board certified credit score consultant, and a board certified credit consultant. I am also certified in the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. As well as I'm a content creator. I've been doing this for the last like 2 years. Making content for you guys to fix your own credit, get your money together, whatever the case may be. If you were late to the live, or if you wasn't able to stay the whole time, if you want to share this with your friends and family, all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, which is Markia the Money Plug Brown, or you can search at THEE Money Plug on YouTube because I got a handle now on YouTube. And you can watch the replay. I save all the lives that I do on TikTok because I know TikTok allow you to go back and watch them, and Instagram sometimes doesn't allow me to save my lives. And so I always save them on YouTube. If you're active on Facebook, at the bottom of your screen, you'll see it has some other places to get in contact with me, including my Facebook group, which is called Plug the Ultimate Credit Clubhouse, or you can just follow my Facebook page, aka the Money Plug. I'm on Instagram at THEE Money Plug. I'm on Twitter at THEE Money Plug. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Twitch. I'm everywhere y'all are to give y'all the information that I got. I'm very active on social media. I respond to you guys' comments. I make videos based off of you guys' comments. When you tell me what you need from me, I make it happen. As always, you can't manage your money or your credit if you don't got a budget. I pay for this so that y'all don't have to. Trust me, it's not fucking cheap. I would very much appreciate it if y'all would use it. But if you go to physical.com, FISBCAL.com/the money plug, or you just click the link in my bio and click on free budget action plans. It will ask you a couple questions. It takes about 10 minutes, but it spits out a customized budget and action plan based off of the answers that you gave during the survey, I guess you could call it. And then you also get access to a free 15-minute session with me where we talk about your budget, and I even give you an even more detailed budget based off of some of the things that we talk about in your appointment. If you are a part of a church or some sort of organization, you got a business and you want me to come talk to your employees, trust me, employees love when their bosses care about their money, right? So you want me to come speak to your school, your organization, whatever the case may be, all you gotta do is shoot me an email. I love doing it. I love coming and talking to you guys, right? I be feeling like a Jehovah's Witness sometimes the way I be trying to get the word out there about personal finance. But whatever you guys need from me, I'm here for you. Please don't hesitate to shoot me an email. Black History Month is coming up. So if y'all scraping the bottom of the barrel for your speakers, your girl got it. All I ask is that when you guys do reach out to me for things like that, like, give me as much of the details as you have up front so I can tell you guys what the schedule and stuff look like. Don't forget, January 31st is my webinar. Are you really getting money? And we're going to talk about everything that you need to know to make sure you are managing your money properly for 2023. I let y'all have the beginning of the month because I didn't want to overwhelm y'all. I know everybody's throwing stuff at y'all, telling y'all what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing and this, that, and the third. So I waited to the end of the month. And now we really going to have a conversation. And it's not me telling you what to do. It's me telling you all of your options and you making the decision that's the best for you. Remember, personal finance is called personal finance because it's supposed to be what? Personal. All right? If y'all ain't learned nothing from me today, 3 things I want y'all to know. Number 1, selling life insurance does not make you a financial advisor. Number 2, financial success is defined by the person who seeks it. So how I define financial success and how you define financial success might be different, but it doesn't mean one person is right or more wrong. And number 3, poor people can have nice things. If you just mind your fucking business, you're gonna be worried about what poor people do. Right? If I learn nothing else, I want y'all to take that from me. But I'm going to bed, y'all. It's been real. I will talk to you later on this week. I swear I'm going to do better with planning out these lives. A lot of times they run random, but if you guys got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Y'all know where to find me. All right. Like I always say, live every day like it's your last to pay your bills and wear condoms just in case it's not. And I will see you guys soon.